So this is going to be a action-packed episode. We've got a lot to talk about. I'm probably going to stop saying like welcome to episode like 11, 12, 13 because I'm going to lose count and eventually I'm going to get it wrong. So yeah, just welcome back to TCG series. I'm really excited for this episode. It's going to be, might be a long one. I'm not too sure yet, but it's got a lot of stuff in it. So stick around and yeah, let's get on with today's episode.
Show the whole world what it means to fight. We are the Mythic guardians, standing tall while the shadows bend. Beasts in the sky will never fall. Legends unite, we answer the call.
First thing first, I am house sitting again, so excuse the background. The sun is right there. You might see this sunlight creep up or down. I'm not really too sure. The second thing is, we've got a lot to talk about and a lot of updates, and you've seen the title. I'm sure you can guess what the episode's about. There is a main thing, there's like a few side things, and then at the end we'll go over a little update on where we are with the card game. So yes, today's main feature of the episode is the packaging. I think I've been wanting to do this for ages, and I think I said in a previous episode, maybe like episode 4 or 5, that I hadn't tackled packaging yet, and I actually forgot that I did back with the old logos, so I'm going to go through some of the old ones with you, and then we'll talk about what I'm doing now and show you the front of the new deck boxes, which as of right now, I'm pretty sure like final, like I'm pretty sure they're pretty close to done, so if you guys like them and you think they're good enough, then we can move on with them. But yeah, I'm going to talk about what I did with the packaging, my process from it, and then how I kind of want it to look in coordination with like the space we have to work with, because I'm going off the Game Crafter and like what they supply, which is like a tuck poker box, so you haven't got much space. You gotta make sure you fill it right and it looks good and it's not like blurry or there's not small text you can't read. So yeah, let's go over what I did and let's talk about the previous ones I did a couple of months ago. Okay, so as you can see, my first attempt was back with the old logos before I changed them, so this must have been maybe around February or March kind of time before I even like thought of like rebranding the decks at all. And these deck boxes, they don't look awful, but they're just really basic and like not in like a good I can read everything kind of way, basic kind of way where like, I don't really see the appealing factor of it. It's just a standard image with an overlay and then your logo. Again, these aren't bad, and I think I've tried to like make it look nicer when you've got like the nice background with it, like the kind of professional photo shoot kind of background. But yeah, overall these didn't really work too well, and I didn't really find myself like drawn to them. It was more just like see how I would even start or like approach packaging. Again, they're not awful, they got the old logos on, so they wouldn't even work with this anyway. But yeah, these were okay, they were a good start, but then after this I kind of dropped packaging for a while because I realized I actually need to focus on making the decks, which is when I kind of started this series. So yeah, this was like back in, I want to say like March, maybe April at a push, but yeah, these were okay, but not really what I was going for. Okay, so next to me now, you're going to see me creating the new deck boxes. So I actually have this first draft put on Patreon if you guys want to see it. Again, Patreon, you'll get early videos, you'll get scrap content you'll never see, you'll get early look at cards, and you'll get a look at cards. Some cards I won't even show on YouTube, you just have to like pull them from packs. So if you go with Patreon, this is like an advert for Patreon, you can see the original deck box from this time lapse. But even after this time lapse, I did go back and change like a lot of the deck box, so this isn't the final one, but I did want to record the process of me making this, and this time lapse was recorded like a week ago, so it is pretty recent. So my process for this deck box was, I want to make sure the deck leaders, which are the Grand Guardians, are front and center. When I was a kid, I used to love how Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon did their deck box, where you've got the deck box and you've got like that small hole in the deck box where you can see the front card. Now, sadly, the Game Craft doesn't actually offer this service. Like, the best option you really have would be to order them yourself to your house with like the design with a square in mind, and then cut them out and then ship them out. But that's just too much work. It's going to be unprofessional. It's not going to happen. So I want to make sure you could see the deck leader on the deck box. That's the most important thing. And that was carried over from my last deck making session. The next thing was the new logos. The new logos I'm really happy with, the Tidal Hurricane and Infernal Calamity. I wanted them to also be really prominent on the box and make sure that even without looking at the actual Guardian, you see those logos, you know that's the one you want. So it needs to be clear, it needs to be on show, and you need to make sure that when you're like scrolling through the Game Crafter, that still catches your eye, like the colourful logos, which is very important. And last thing was, after looking at some like inspiration for deck boxes, I realised I want to put the types in my deck boxes. I wanted to have the like water and breeze type on the front, and then the fire and dragon type on the front. I feel like that's quite an important thing, so you know what you're getting into. Sure, there are other cards in this deck that aren't those types, and if you look at the deck list, obviously you'll be able to see that on the actual site itself when you'll be able to see all the cards. But I just want to make sure that you guys know that this is a primary, a water and a breeze deck, and then you've got a primary, fire and dragon deck. So I thought it was quite important just to have those on display and make them clear, but don't make them intrude on the actual images themselves. They should just be an extra and just enhance the image. So as you can see, I'm working with a template. You can get this template from the Game Crafter. You just have to click on the deck box you want, and then you just download the actual template and just open that in Photoshop or Canva whatever you want to do to make your boxes. It's really, really simple. You've got the fold lines, you've got the cut lines. Just keep it all within whatever lines they give you, keep everything within that, and anything else you can bleed out the edge so you haven't got any like white marks. It's very important if you do have like a consistent background, like I've got my consistent purple background, that purple background just like spreads out the whole image so that when the game crafter cuts your box, there's no like weird white cuts where you've like not put your image in. So yeah, it might look messy and it might look weird, but just literally spread the whole image out and just keep whatever you want that's important, the information, inside the cut lines. So I would love to say there's some sort of like unique process making deck boxes or some like visual thing you need to do to make it look amazing, but there isn't. You just want to make it something that you would buy. Like if I saw this deck box and I was interested in Mythic Guardians, I would think, oh, I like that. That's really, really good. I would like to buy that. I think that's the most important thing, is just like, would you want to buy it? And if so, you've done a good job. On the back, you'll see I'm making a QR code. That QR code right now, I don't think it goes anywhere. It might go to my website, so it's not actually the official QR code. But what I want to do with the QR code is have it so you've got a QR code on the back, and if your deck arrives at your house, you can scan that QR code and it will take you to the website of Mythic Guardians, and then you can like buy more products or look into the deck. So you have a physical product that takes you to like an internet link. I think it's quite a cool idea because you can't really fit a lot of information on these tuck boxes. I couldn't put the whole deck list on the back. I couldn't like write a bio and then have images of the cards below. Like it would all look really cramped, and I'm not 100% sure what the print quality is going to be like yet. So I'm going to try and keep it streamlined, simple, and make it practical. So you can flip this box over, you scan the QR code, it will take you to the website, and you can buy more, you can research, and it's really, really fun. It's like an interactive thing. So that's my idea. Again, this QR code is not the final QR code. If you scan this QR code on the video, it will take you to my website. So that's up to you if you want to do that. But yeah, when the website's up and running, I will obviously update these. But yeah, this is my idea. Just really, really simple. Again, if the deck boxes could be bigger, like big Pokemon deck boxes, it'd be different. But you've really got to work with the space you've got to have, and you've got to realize when you print it, it's going to be like this big. It's not going to be like this big on your computer screen. That's the important thing. So yeah, here are the final deck boxes for the Infernal Calamity and Tidal Hurricane. Now, I'm really, really happy with them. Again, you can't see the back on this image because, again, the back's not really relevant right now. It's mainly the front, and the back will be tweaked when the actual game is done and I can actually put them out. But I'm really, really happy with them. I love the color contrast. I love that if you have these deck boxes next to each other on the shelf, they will link together because the images, the archways on the top and the bottom will link together. They're in the same kind of pattern, which is really, really cool. I don't know, I'm really, really happy with them. I don't think I want to change too much. If you guys see anything you think is a glaring issue, obviously, please let me know, and I will update it and I will change it. But as of right now, I would be happy to ship these out to people. Like, I'm at the place where I like them. If I got them in the post, I'll be happy with them. And there's one thing, if I need to still do the booster box packaging, the booster pack packaging, the playmat, the rulebook, like there's still loads to do, but these deck boxes are the most important thing because this is what you guys have been following the series for. It's the starter decks. So yeah, if you like these, please comment down below. If you see something you want to change, again, comment down below, let me know, and I can work around you guys as well. But yeah, that's the deck boxes. Let's move on to the nenext part of the video. Okay, so the next thing is very, very exciting, and these arrived literally yesterday, and I was kind of waiting to film this video until they arrived because I knew they were coming. But a while ago, I showed you, I think it's episode 10, I think it's a few weeks ago now, I showed you the Mythic Guardian reveal, which was like almost like the EX looking card of my card game, where it's like the big special one, really like out there and really hopefully cool looking. And I thought, what I want to do with them is I want this to be my first card. Like when I do the Game Craft or somewhere else, I want this to be my first trading card I print off because it's the most special one to me. I'm the most proud of it. And like, if I do have it as the first one, it can almost be like exclusive. But what I wanted to do was have it holographic. So I was looking around at distributors and stuff, and I was like, I want like a lot of these. I want quality. So I was researching for ages, like literally days of researching and pondering. And I finally found a place, and I can't remember the name off by heart, but I will put a link in the description to where they got them from. They're really, really good. It took about 3 weeks to get them printed and shipped here, which is not too bad at all, and a really good price and a good quality. So I would like to show you the first iteration of our first physical trading card that we have printed for this game. And I've only printed 35 of them. I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do with them yet. I do want to keep 2 for myself, one in like a folder, and then one in maybe a deck I make for something. But yeah, so this is the first official trading card. Sorry, I'm holding one hand with the camera because I have no stand, so ignore the shake a little bit. But this is the first official trading card for Mythic Guardians. As you can see, again, sunlight is actually kind of doing it favors, but it's holographic shine. Yeah, and I don't know if you can see here on the image, it might not focus because I can't actually tap the screen, but it is a #1 print. Can you see that? Is it going to focus? I don't think it's going to focus. As you can see, it's #1 print. Now, this is very unique because all the other cards in Mythic Guardians will say like 1 out of like 80 or something, whatever the card set list is. This is #1 of 1. This is the first ever card printed. It's very exclusive. It's ultra rare. It's holographic. It's shiny. I really like how this turned out. And As you can see, we have our back printed as well. And for me, I didn't know what the back would look like printed out. Didn't know if it'd be too weird to have like a white border into like a full color card, or if it would flow well, but I actually think it looks so nice. Again, this isn't shiny, the back. The back is just plain. I know it's hard to see and it looks a little bit shiny from the sunlight. But yeah, this is like the first ever Mythic Guardians card, and I'm so proud of it. It looks so cool, and it's, yeah, I've printed, as you can see. Sorry, this is currently my setup. You can see me film myself. I printed a lot of these cards. I think there was actually like 38, but I've already given 3 out to some of my friends and family who wanted one. But yeah, I'm going to keep them all safe. I'm going to keep them all nice and secure. But yeah, this is one of the cards, and I'm so proud of it. So now it's up to you guys. I don't know yet how I want to distribute these. I'm obviously not going to keep all 35 of them. I have no need for that. But I do want to like make sure you guys have a chance to get these ones. But I don't know how I want to do it. Do I want to like Patreon members get them? Like the highest tier members get them? Do I want to do some sort of like lucky draw when I get to like 1,000 subscribers? Do I want to just put them up for sale like on the site? Just say you can buy a single card and just like put a price on them and then ship them out? I'm not too sure. So if you guys have any ideas for these cards, please let me know. But yeah, they look really, really cool. Again, you've always seen them on the phone camera, but they look really, really cool. I'm really, really proud of them. I'm gonna keep them all safe in binders. And yeah, it's just so cool to hold my first ever trading card, like printed properly. This is Pokemon site, it's official, like you can use this in a game. But yeah, I don't know what I'll do. So let me know what you guys think. What do you think is the best way for me to distribute these? It's my first time doing anything like this. I don't know if I want to do a giveaway, if I want to do just a general sell them on my site, or like certain page. I don't know. Yeah, let me know and I will see what I'm going to decide. I'll read all your comments and I'll just see what the best option is, what I think sounds most fair. So Editing Sam is stepping in here after seeing this part of the video, and what I think I'm going to do is my idea. I'm going to pitch it to you guys. If you think it's fair, let me know. If you don't think it's fair, again, we can work around it. But what I want to do is have the Patreon members, like the highest tier Patreon members, have first like access to these cards and like have first chance to buy them. So that if you're a Patreon, let's say there's like 10 Patreon members and there's 30 cards, whatever it's going to be, those 10 people will get the first shot to buy them because they are the ones that like financially support the game, if that makes sense. I feel like that's the best way to do it. And then after that, just like maybe like after 2 weeks or so, put them out as like a general sale. I think that's what I might do because it feels like I'm then rewarding the Patreon members who are obviously supporting the channel with like payments, and then everyone else who's been watching videos and supporting with views and stuff still get like more than enough chance to buy them. But yeah, as of right now, I think I might do that. If you guys think that's a good idea, let me know. If you think it feels too unfair, again, please let me know. It's my first time doing it. But yeah, that's what I'm going to do for now, I think. And if it changes, I will keep you updated. But yeah, I'm very, very excited. I was so excited to show you these guys. It took a lot for me not to post on Instagram because I do want you guys to see it in the video first. But yes, I will be posting on Instagram when they're done. And I do want to do a photo shoot with them because I do like photographing cards. It's kind of like a weird hobby I have that I like doing. Okay, so this might be the biggest update in terms of like the game being closer to being finished. But officially, this week, as of this video recording, this might go out next week, but the week I'm filming this video, I have officially finished every single starter deck card artwork. I know, finally, it's been literally 11 months, almost like to the week since I started this card game, and I have finally finished all the starter deck artwork. There's still artwork for the booster packs that are not done yet, or like the special cards, or there's still some artists I'm waiting on artwork from, but the actual starter decks that you will buy are done. The artworks are done, and as I'm talking, I'm going to flash some card arts as I'm talking, just of finished cards and stuff like that. They've even got all their numbers, and I can confirm that in the first set of Mythic Guardians, if you take out any like full arts or exclusive cards, just the cards that you can pull in booster packs, there will be 80. Now, I think you can get like 65 or 70% of these cards in the starter decks, but there is still a lot of cards to collect outside of those starter decks. And a lot of people might think like 80 is not that big a number, and it's really not. Like for a card game, 80 is not that much. But you gotta remember that I'm doing by myself. Like in order to do artwork, it takes me like 2-3 hours in artwork, and it's like it's a lot of time. And right now, I'm so focused on making these starter decks finish before I move on to anything else. But yeah, there will be 80 cards. So your card will say like 3 out of 80 or 20 out of 80, and if you collect 80 of those, that is a complete set technically. But there are special cards. There'll be like these cards to collect, which obviously you'll obviously be exclusive. There'll be like full art cards that will see the 80. I kind of like what Pokemon do when you've got the 80 card, or like you've got the 100 card set, and you've got like the special cards that go beyond that number, that are just more rare. And technically, you know, I don't know if you need the complete sets. I haven't like done Pokemon sets in so long, but I do think it's fun to have like beyond the 80, but those beyond 80 will be special cards, so if you don't want to collect, it doesn't matter. So yeah, I'm just so excited to see people like collect the Mythic Guardians and have like a folder where you've got 1 to 80 in it. I'm going to collect them. Like, again, even though I'm the creator, I still have to order these cards myself. Like, I might not even get all the cards. I'll be doing pack openings and trying to pull the cards I want. It's going to be really, really exciting. But yes, the again, the biggest update, even though there's not a lot of like visual I can show you, the artworks are all done for the decks, and I'm so happy that it's finally done. It's like a weight off my shoulders. I'm kind of sad it's over for those decks, because now it's full on like booster pack cards. But it is nice to know that like the decks, if I need to, are nearly ready to go. So the last thing in this video, which will be the longest thing, and I'm not sure I'm going to do this because I don't want to make this video like 2 hours, but I filmed the playtest session, which the next one I filmed, between the last playtest session and this playtest session I'm going to show you, I have played a lot. I've probably played like 15 games with like 4 different people. Like, the game is working really, really well. I'm so happy with it, and it wouldn't have worked this well without you guys giving me so much amazing feedback. Like, you don't understand how much you guys improved the game from that one video I put up in all the comments. I literally think I implemented every single suggestion and found a way to put it in my game somehow. So thank you so much for that. Genuinely, thank you so much. So in a minute, I'm going to show you the playtest. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it down and just have like the highlights and then talk over what I'm doing in the playtest. If you want to see the whole playtest session, and this sounds really bad, but it will be on Patreon. Again, I don't like putting stuff behind a paywall, but I just don't want this video to be that long. Also, and if I might decide to put like a separate video later down the line. But yeah, as of right now, if you want to see the full playtest, you can go to Patreon. I think it's like £3 a month or something. But yeah, if you want to see that, go over there. But apart from that, this playtest session will completely make sense and it will be completely coherent, so don't worry about that. If you don't want to pay for Patreon, no problem at all. But yes, I will stop talking. You can enjoy the playtest session and I will see you at the end. Okay, so we have got playtest number 2 for you guys. These aren't the finished versions. They've got some imperfections, which I've rebalanced out, but the cards are good enough that I can use them to show you guys how the game works again. And yeah, let's get started. So the game starts off really, really simple. You'll choose 3 shrines, and then any you don't choose, put aside. You won't use in this game at all. And your Grand Guardian, you can keep it face up or face down. You can show your opponent the Grand Guardian, whatever you want to do. But yeah, anything on the arena needs to be 3 shrines. Your deck, you're going to draw 6 cards to start the game. And then once you do that, you coin flip, see who starts, or roll a dice, and then that's it. The game begins. So, super simple. Your starter deck requires 3 dice. So you've got 6, 6, and 6, which is the HP bar of the shrines. Ignore the fact it says 8. I changed that after playtesting it because it's just easier to have it all be within like a dice range. 6 cards start. We've increased the hand size, a lot more draw power now. And then when you do start your turn, you can draw for turn. So this is Infernal Calamity's hand, some new artwork. I know, well, not new artwork, but just from last time. Not all the resource cards are just black slates now. So a lot of rank 1s, which is good, it's what we needed. We will start with, I think, just go with Lucky Flying Pig. And as you can see, you can go in defense or attack. We will start with him in attack, just to make it simple. And then we will use our, did we draw a card to start? I don't think we drew a card to start. There we go. That's me talking about drawing a card to start, and I actually do one. Also, some cards have been buffed to rank 2. So like Shinfu originally was rank 1. I was a bit weaker, but I needed more rank 2s, and I thought he was a good fit. So he's ranked up to rank 2 now, just some buffs for him. But then we'll activate our resource card, which will go either side of the Guardian, so one there, or one there, which is above the deck. So let's use that, and let's us draw 2 more cards from the deck. And if we did draw a Fortune Draw with that, we could have used it to draw 1 more card. But that looks pretty good. So that goes to the Void over there. I can put it up, face down or face up. It's completely up to you. I think to make it simple, we'll keep it face down so it doesn't like hinder the look of the shrines. But yeah, that's my first hand for this one. And we can just put it down here because it doesn't matter if I see my own hand, does it? Okay, and then since you can't attack on your first turn, your turn will end. Right, let's see what we've got. That's 4, 5, 6, and then draw for turn 7. Okay, all some nice ones. Okay, so Lucky Flying Pig has 200 attack. Obviously, when he's destroyed, my opponent can draw a card, which is probably why he wants him to be destroyed. That being me, I do want him to destroy him. Okay, we'll put Tidal Wave, which is the counter card. So it means we can activate it when the effect's activated, when the requirements are met. And that requirement is if someone attacks me, I can flip this up like a trap card from Yu-Gi-Oh! And then we will play Ponpole in attack mode. Now Ponpole's effect is, let me make sure it's in focus. When summoned, add 1 Aqua Guardian from your deck to your hand. While you control Ronan Croaking or the Great Croaking, this card can't be destroyed by battle or card effect. So since we've summoned him, we can search our deck for an Aqua Guardian. And I think I will obviously choose the one it's meant to search for, really, which is going to be Ronan Croaking. So we'll bring him to our hand. And then we won't do too much this turn. We don't want to overcomplicate anything. We need our options for later on when they've got the bigger ones out. So we will just, I think, attack with Pond Pole and take out the Lucky Flying Pig. So since you got taken out, when this card is destroyed, I get to draw 2 cards. I think that's been nerfed to 1 because I think it felt too strong, but I'll keep you updated. But I drew Vortex and Counter Attack. So I want to let turn 1 play out as normal, as you saw in the video. But yeah, the duel from here, it starts going a little bit one-sided towards the Infernal Calamity, which I actually really wanted, because then you're going to see it come back when Tidal Hurricane kind of brings it back. And as you can see, the new abilities are put into play here. So the passive, the vanilla, and the stacked abilities. Passive meaning you can use it whenever, as long as the effect says when you can use it. And stacked meaning you can only use it when you're something under your card. So you're going to see that put into play in a few more times in this duel. And this duel just flows so much better. Like the back and forth between the decks is so much better than just having one side winning and then you can never get it back. There are so many times where you think something's going to win and then suddenly you draw a card that brings it all back for you. I love those kind of card games. That's what's happened in this duel. And yeah, we'll let more of the duel play out and you can watch what happens. And on to the next turn. So here we go. Let's draw. Let's hope something good. We've still got our 1 to grow at the back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rank up my Spirit of the Nightingale. So that can come out one of my shrines been destroyed. So if any of these shrines get destroyed, I can summon this back card. I can't do it before or after. But yeah, as soon as the shrine gets destroyed, I can then choose to bring it out. And then what we can do is use one of this really good card. Destroy all guardians on the arena. Rank 2 or higher guardians are demoted to their previous rank if there are cards stacked beneath them, which is a really important detail. Because if I use this card, it will destroy everything on the arena. So, but if Ronan Croaking had something underneath them, so if Ronan Croaking had a card stacked underneath them, like a rank 1, when Vortex is used, Ronan Croaking would be destroyed, but the one under it wouldn't. So you got to keep that in mind when you use these resource cards. You got to keep an eye on what the field's looking like. Like if it's not worth using, or if there's so many stacked cards that it just wouldn't really do much, then hold off. But as of right now, as you can see, nothing has been stacked. It's all simple. So in order to clear the field and get my, get the game back in my favor, I'm going to use Vortex, which will destroy all of these cards. And since Spirit of Nightingale would have been unstunned, but she's destroyed anyway. So yeah, it obviously destroyed your field, which isn't great. But at the same time, so I put my card into Tidal Hurricane. But at the same time, like stuff like this, you can get cards in and out so easily that destroying your own field isn't the worst thing. And it just means that your opponent doesn't always have the advantage. So, and now we'll activate Fortune Draw in the resource slot and draw 2 more cards, which are 2 very nice cards, 2 Guardians, which we like to see. I realised as well after balancing and a lot of feedback from you that the deck feels more balanced than what you draw. Like you don't just draw rank 1 constantly and just have like a weak field the whole time. So we'll play my Collision Comet down on the field, which is really nice. And then we'll put down this counter card, which is Drainage. So when your opponent declares an attack, negate the attack, add 2 HP to one of your shrines. So it's like a healing card, but can use it when something's attacked. And yeah, we will end the turn by attacking with Collision Comet, which I think has an effect of send this card from your hand. Hang on, not focusing. Send this card from your hand to the void, select one of your opponent's shrines. So if this was in my hand and it had a really strong field, I couldn't get past it, I can use this to like burn damage to one of the shrines. Again, we're better off attacking because he's got a really high attack stat. No defense, so if you get him in defense mode, he's not great. But we will attack, we'll carry on going for the reef and try and take that one out first. So let's get rid of that. As of current, these shrine effects haven't had any inputs to the game. I haven't not mentioned them, but at the moment they haven't been able to do anything. So now's a great time for me to describe to you how shrine damage works. As you can see, all the shrines have 6 HP, and their symbol now looks very similar to the ranked symbol on a Guardian card. So that is intentional. So now when a Guardian attacks a shrine directly, they don't use their attack power to do damage to the shrine anymore with like a big HP bar. They now do damage with their rank, which was a suggestion from you guys. So if a Guardian is rank 1, it will do 1 damage to a shrine's HP, bringing it down to 5. If it's a rank 3, rank 4, it will do 3 damage, 4 damage, according to whatever rank it is. However, if a Guardian attacks a Guardian in front of a shrine, let's say a rank 3 Guardian destroys a rank 1 Guardian, and that rank 1 Guardian is defending a shrine, your shrine will take 1 damage because your guardian that got destroyed was rank 1. It doesn't take 3 damage because that made the game feel way too quick and it made the rank 4s feel way too broken. However, if you attack directly, obviously it does your rank. If you destroy a guardian, it does the guardian's rank, if that makes sense. Again, you'll see it later on in the game, I believe. But yes, it's just one of those mechanics where to make the game feel balanced, you have to play a little bit more slowly, otherwise the game's went a bit too quick and the more higher level guardians became way too broken. But I like the idea of it, and thanks to you guys' feedback, it makes the shrines feel a lot more easy to keep track of as well, because you can just use a 6-sided dice and then do 1 damage, 2 damage, 3 damage accordingly. But yeah, that's the mechanic of that, and I think it works really, really well. Okay, so Flare Wand, a new resource card that wasn't in the last playtest. Take this card. This card can only be attached to a fire or dragon. Oh wait, hang on. A fire or magic guardian. Shrines take 1 extra damage when this guardian attacks. So if this was attached to Collision Comet, which it can be because he's fire, if he attacks Kraken's Reef, it will now take 2 damage rather than 1. So there's a little buff, nothing too major, but stuff like that can really change the game. But what I think I want to do is I think I want to rank up my Collision Comet into Spitfire Serpent, which is very, very nice. So his effect is inflict 2 damage from all your opponent's shrines if I remove 1 stat card, which I do want to show you how it works. I'm actually going to do that. I'm going to attach the Flare Wand to him as well. So there we go, you've got a nice little stack. This is the first time you guys are seeing the stack, I guess, in action. So what I'm going to do is I can remove 1 of these stack cards. So when this attached card is attached to a guardian, if it's got the attached thing down there, it counts as a stack card. So you can use it with stacked abilities. So technically this card now has 2 cards stacked to it. And you can remove as many stack cards as you want per turn, unless the effect says otherwise, like once per turn. So I'm going to remove Collision Comet from the stack, which means I can now do 2 damage to one of the shrines. And again, I will do 2 damage to this shrine, which leaves it on 1. So I hope that makes sense. And what I could do is I could get rid of the wand to destroy the Kraken's Reef. But then if I do that, Coral Dragon comes out. So you've got to play it smart. What I will do is I'll attack into Sorcerer's Shield. So 2 plus the wand is 3. So that takes 3 damage. So with this kind of dual recap thing, I'm just going to skip over a little bit just to make sure the flow keeps going and that the video is not too long. But just what you've missed so far is that the Infernal Calamity deck was doing really well and kind of destroying the Tidal Hurricane deck. Again, the Tidal Hurricane deck relies on combos quite a lot. So if you can't get combos going, you do suffer a little bit. But the good thing is once you've got a combo started, it's very easy to keep building it up, which is what you're going to see, because I'm now going to jump to the point where I got my first rank 4 Guardian out by doing a few combos, and then yeah, we've got the advantage back as the Tidal Hurricane deck, which is what we wanted, because since the start we've been on the back foot. So I'll use my promotion effect, which ranks up any guardian in your arena to the one higher than it from your deck. So I can look from my deck, and since Croking's a rank 3, I can bring out my rank 4, and my only rank 4 is my Abyss Leviathan, which is a very, very cool card. I've done about maybe like 7 or 8 playtests with this deck as it is now. I've only ever brought them out once, so it's actually quite a rare opportunity. It's harder than you think to get out of the rank 4s, which as it should be. So you can switch the attack and defense of this card until the end of your next turn with a stacked effect. So I've got 4 cards stacked under here, so I can use this effect 4 times as of right now. So I could switch his attack to make his attack 1000. It doesn't really benefit me here because I'm only attacking into shrines, and when you attack into shrines, obviously uses your rank number anyway, so that doesn't matter. But yes, he's a very, very, very good card. So I will use his effect to attack into Volcanic Golem. Now, this is a really cool strategy, and I learned this when I was playtesting. So Volcanic Golem has 4 HP, right? So when I attack with Abyss Leviathan, he's going to be destroyed. But with Volcanic Golem's effect, when a Guardian inflicts damage to a shrine via direct attack, the Guardian has changed defense position. But that doesn't benefit this deck anymore, because when I destroy the Volcanic Golem, he'll be able to bring out his Skull Dragon. This Skull Dragon has more attack than me. He has 720, I only have 650. So if I was to destroy a normal shrine, they would bring out this, they would attack me next turn, and I would die. But if I'm targeting Volcanic Golem, because when this card attacks this directly, I'm switched to defense mode because of that attack, which normally would be like non-beneficial because a lot of the Guardians have higher attack than defense. You know, it'd be a good strategy for them to come in and take him out. But now he's brought out a Skull Dragon, it can't defeat me because my defense is too high, because my defense is 1050. So it's a cool strategy. It's like, it's meant to work for them, but with the right Guardian, with the right effect, and like with the right stats, you can make it work for you. So yeah, I learned that when I was playing with my brother. It's a very cool strategy. It means that they can't come in and attack you, so Abyss Leviathan is kind of a good counter to that one shrine. So it's quite cool. Stuff you just don't I didn't really think about it when I was like making the card, but then when you're playing, you're like, oh, that actually really works. Which I think is one of the best parts about like making card games. So yeah, as you can see, unintentional combo is really, really cool that Leviathan attacking into that shrine triggered that shrine's effect, which turned me to defense mode, which shouldn't be a good thing for me because, you know, my defense is mostly lower than my attack. But the Leviathan has an amazing defense stat. So actually attacking that shrine benefited me because I can attack and then retreat into defense mode using that shrine's effect. So stuff like this when you're making card games, you don't really think about. It's really, really cool. But yeah, this is where the game started getting a bit more even. Total Hurricane deck came back quite well, but it doesn't last long and the Infernal Calamity deck starts to build back up again. So again, I thought it had it on the ropes, and I think I said in the video itself, like, it's going to lose again, but you never know, and it surprised you. So it's really, really fun. So yeah, watch this play out. His effect is discard 3 cards from your hand, destroy 1 Guardian on the arena. Currently, I've got 2 cards in my hand, but since I successfully ranked up, I get to draw a card. So I technically have 3 now in this hand, which is very, very nice. Also, I forgot that when I pissed Leviathan ranked up, draw a card from this deck. Again, sorry, I'm forgetting some stuff. I've got a lot to keep track of, but I promise you it's easier when you're like sat, just like looking after your cards. But yeah, so discard 3 cards from your hand, destroy 1 Guardian in the arena, and you can still attack that turn. So you can use, obviously you can use that stacked effect whenever you want, but you would have like a lot of cards in your hand, use that stacked effect loads. But maybe it's possible, depends where you are in the game when you play it. So what I think I'm going to do, so with Great Storm Kaiju and the Stone Wyvern on the field, so Stone Wyvern gives all Dragon Guardians an extra 50 attack. So he's currently at 1040 attack, which is not higher than defense of this card. So he couldn't do anything. He can attack this shrine if he wants to, or he can use the stacked effect to destroy that card and attack another shrine. So either way, I've got a pretty good advantage here, as long as I don't mind losing these 3 cards from my hand, which, to be honest, I don't really mind losing these 3 cards from my hand. So it means like this deck gets close to victory. So I'm going to use the stacked effect, and you can get rid of any. By the way, with stacked cards, you don't have to get rid of one blown, you can get rid of any of them, whichever one you think. But you got to keep in mind that if this card's destroyed, or a card like demotes into a rank, if you get rid of like Shinfu, or the weak ones, you've got less options when it comes to ranking down. So yeah, I'm going to get rid of the Nightingale, use his effect, and destroy 1 Guardian on the arena, which is the Abyss Leviathan. So as amazing as it was to have him out in defense, the Great Storm Kaiju just is too good. But these two counter each other, so in a normal fight, like if he was played first and then this one came out for his turn, he could swap his attack and defense, which means he could attack over him. So they are balanced and stuff. It's just a case of this one came out second, which means he gets to use the effect in that way. And again, we still can't use Tidal Wave because he hasn't actually conducted an attack on a Water Guardian yet. So that card will be used. I promise you, it's been used in the past. It's completely fine. It's just this match hadn't had much attacking to the Aqua Guardians. Yeah, so that whole thing is destroyed. I'll then use my Great Storm Kaiju to, I think we'll just clear out Phantom Knight. Since I've got no stack cards back here, I can't actually do anything with them. So thanks for feedback from you guys. Also, another small mechanic in this game is when you rank up or your shrine gets destroyed, you get to draw a card. It just means it keeps your hand full, it keeps the draw power going. This game really relies on you having stuff in your hand, so I'll make sure that every opportunity to be able to draw a card you can. So there's more draw card resource cards, there's more Guardians with draw effects, there's more search cards, and there is more draw power when a shrine's destroyed or when you rank up into a higher rank Guardian on your side of the arena, then you get to draw cards like a reward for that. So yeah, I know I skipped over a few of the gameplay things, but that is a part of the game where I think is really important now, and I can't imagine it without it. So a really, really good feedback suggestion from you guys when you saw the first playtest. I think this might be what I need to win. So I'm going to play Pots and Panda down and activate Puny Punishment, and this increases the attack of all rank 1 Guardian control by 300, giving him 480 attack. So he can attack to Inferno, taking him out, because the defense is now weaker than my attack. So when a card is destroyed in defense mode, the shrine takes no damage behind it. But normally their defense points are a lot weaker, so they're easier to take down for a lot of Guardians. And then Coral Dragon will attack the shrine, and that will take it out, which means all these cards go to the... let's draw a card because the shrine was destroyed. Yeah, all these cards go to the Void, and the field is cleared out, ready to summon the Grand Guardian, which is very, very cool. So since the last fight, he has been buffed. So I think he's got better stats. I think so. I'm not too sure. But yeah, so now he's on the field, and in order to get rid of him, you have to get rid of the 2200 HP bar. Again, you can either write it down or just mentally do some maths. It's up to you. Okay, so what just happened is the Aqueduct destroyed all the shrines on the Fire deck side, which means now the Fire's Grand Guardian will come out, which is Infernal Skull Rider. And when a Grand Guardian is summoned to the field, all your Guardians are destroyed. Not your resource cards, just your Guardians that are on the arena are all destroyed, completely replaced for the one Grand Guardian. Then after he's been played, you can then build your field back up with more Guardians. It's just to make sure that if you have got like a full field of Guardians for whatever reason, that there isn't like, oh, who do I choose to get rid of? It's just like, get rid of your entire field, nuke it, and then restart. And you can still use stuff in your hand, etc. But yeah, so now one Grand Guardian is out. So this Grand Guardian has to protect your last defense, and if it dies then you lose, but your goal is to use this Grand Guardian, defeat your opponent's shrines, bring out their Grand Guardian and destroy it with combos of resource cards, other Guardians and your Grand Guardian. It is possible. I have done it on other playtests and you're going to see what happens in this playtest. No, I'll attack Candyfloss Dragon into the shrine and Shinfu into the shrine, destroying it, which, yeah, this works. Actually, this works. So that's destroyed. Draw a card for the destroyed shrine, and then the whole field is cleared. Technically this wouldn't be cleared, resource cards aren't destroyed, but it's going to go at the end of turn anyway, so I'm going to get rid of it now just so I remember. And now we get to bring down the Grand Guardian from this deck, Hurricane Toad, which is one of my favourite cards. Very, very cool. So yeah, all these cards have attacked now, so that turn ends and it's on to the Aqueduct's redemption. Let's see if you can take him out. Okay, so what you're about to see is the last turn of the duel. The water deck had, you know, a bad start, had a rough start, and then it kind of came back, and then it kind of fell off again, and then it came back into this phase, which is Grand Guardian came out second, which usually is the advantage. Like, obviously, you don't want to have your Grand Guardian up first, because it can take more damage. But also, it coming out second means it's got the first attack on the other Grand Guardian. And if you've got that first attack with your main Grand Guardian against theirs, plus you've got other Guardians on the field around you with good attack points to also attack the Guardian, its health will go down very, very quickly. So this is meant to be like a long, drawn-out, you know, Guardian versus Guardian, Grand Guardian. It's not meant to be that. It's meant to be like a few turns of one last hurrah before your field goes down. And that's what this was. It was pretty much the Infernal Calamity Grand Guardian was brought out, it survived a turn or two, and then once the Water Grand Guardian was brought out, that was it. So yeah, you'll see the game play out, but it's a great victory for Tidal Hurricane. Here we've got the health for the Grand Guardians. So we'll do 440, which would be 1,760. You can see that's his health now. And I'm going to attack with 480, which would be 1,200 and I think 80. And then Hurricane Toad will attack, taking out Infernal Skull Rider with his 1,400. So with that, his HP hitting 0, the game is over. That's it. But if you enjoyed the playtest session, go check out the full video. It will be early access on Patreon for like a week or so, and then I will put out the whole video on YouTube. It will just be like the uncut version of the whole playtest, so there'll be no me talking. It will just be the whole thing, and I'll cut out anything like, you know, that I don't need. But overall, it will just be the whole thing. You'll be able to see from start to finish, all the plays, all the waffling I do. And yeah, I hope you enjoy this version of it. And if you want to see the full version, Patreon, and later on, YouTube. So yeah, thank you for watching this part of the video, and back to past Sam doing the future part of the episode. Yeah, bye guys. So that was it for the playtest. The Tidal Hurricane deck won. When I was playing it, I was like, oh no, it's going to lose again. And on the last video it lost, it's going to come balanced. Even though between playtesting sessions, like it's pretty even, the decks who won, depending on who I play with. Again, if you like power and stuff, you obviously go with Infernal Calamity. If you like more combos and more of a defensive play, go for the Tidal Hurricane. But they both won, I would say, like 7 or 8 times each when I playtested. So it's pretty balanced, it's pretty good. But yeah, it was really, really fun to see that win. So you've got one video where the fire deck won and one video where the water deck won. It's quite nice to know that these decks, no matter what happens, it kind of, you can bring stuff back. And as you saw in the playtest session, like one was losing and then it brought it back, and then it nearly lost again, and it brought it back by the end. But yeah, again, I was talking to myself the whole time when playing the game, and I was like trying to like manage 2 sides. So it was like a 50-minute game, but there have been games I played with people where it's been like 25 minutes, half an hour, depending on like how quick you go. So it's a pretty good length for me. Again, I didn't want the game to be super long, but I didn't want it to be so quick that like you don't get set up. Like like Yu-Gi-Oh! Sometimes you can lose, especially modern Yu-Gi-Oh! You can lose in the first turn. Didn't want that. Pokemon always goes on quite a while, but I like Pokemon's kind of strategic game. So I want something kind of in the middle where it can be like a quicker 20-minute game, but also on average it's like 45 minutes to a 50-minute to an hour, what I've discovered. So if you guys like that, amazing. If you don't like that, then I'm sure you can give me comments to try and change a few things. But I'm so happy with it. If you guys are looking forward to playing Mythic Guardians, then please comment down below. Again, I still don't have a release date. I've still got to make a lot more packaging. I've still got to balance some cards and then like finalize the overlays, type all the information out there. There's still a lot of stuff I have to do, especially marketing. I do want to make a trailer for this game. Like I want to hire an actor, and I've got this cool trailer idea I want to kind of implement, so that go up on YouTube. And like I've got to make the website, which is a whole new thing. The rulebook's still not done. I kind of halted the rulebook while I was playtesting again. I want to make sure that you guys like the playtest, and then if you do, I can carry on the rulebook so it all makes sense. But yeah, there's still a lot of stuff to do, and I know it looks like we're coming to the end, and which we are closer than we were before, but I don't see the game coming out anytime like super soon. I did again aim for the end of this year. That might still happen, but it just depends. Like again, you know, I work full time. I've got other stuff I need to do, but we are doing our best. And if you want to stay up to date with everything, then please check out the Discord, which I post in, my Instagram, which I try and post a lot in. I've got TikTok, obviously Patreon, you get all the exclusive content. Please comment down anything below, especially to do with the super rare cards, and see what you want to do with those. And I will see you in the next episode, and thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.